Hey people, so this is your girl Praxi, the lawyer on All Matters Legal. Remember, it's on Clergy TV, the home of empowerment.
This is Clergy TV. Arise, shine.
You'll be crossing the line with your freedom of speech if your words create havoc. Maybe what you've said has made people to fight or has caused violence. Then you won't go about saying, the police won't fail to arrest you, or the government won't fail to charge you just because you're exercising your freedom of speech. No, because you've made other people to suffer. You're creating violence. You see, maybe your freedom of speech is also interfering with another person's dignity. You remember I had mentioned earlier, we all have a right to our dignity being protected. I have my own prestige. I have my own self-respect, at least to the level that I have shown the world or the people or the country. You get? So if your freedom of speech invades my dignity, then you've clearly crossed the line. Or if your freedom of speech invades my privacy, you have crossed the line.
Clergy TV. Kenya is watching.
When we are offended, or when we feel our rights are violated, or when we need to seek some help, some legal help, we need something enforced, and we need a dispute resolved. Most of us are used to courts. Oh, I'm going to sue you, I'm going to do what, I'm going to court. Well, there are other methods of settling these disputes out of court, and they are actually recognized under the Constitution, which, as I had earlier said, it's the mother of all laws. So they are normally termed as alternative dispute resolution. In our program, we're going to be covering that. What are the alternatives that I have apart from court? Of course, just but to list, we've got mediation, we've got arbitration, and you can mediation, arbitration. Yeah, there are requirements, or rather, there are, for lack of a better word, let me say requirements. When to go where, how should I handle this, what is required, or what should I accept. You see, like in mediation, there is a third party overseeing your negotiations. Of course, the first is negotiation, where me and you, we feel like there's a dispute between us. We sit down as the two of us and try to find a way out of it. Mediation is where now a third party is introduced, who's normally termed as the mediator. Now, the mediator is meant just to regulate our negotiations, just to make sure one party isn't bullying the other. You understand? But they are not supposed to make a decision on our behalf. They are just there as regulators. That is for mediators. And of course, for arbitrators make a decision on behalf of the parties. They come, they listen to you. They are like another court, for lack of a better word. So they come, they listen to you, and they come up with a decision on how that dispute should be resolved. And of course, an arbitration, the result or the decision made by that arbitrator, we call it an award. You can actually appeal that award in court. That is for an arbitration. But for a mediation, you cannot reverse, because remember, as I had said, a mediation is just like between me and you. The mediator is just there to regulate, so they don't make a decision for you. So the courts consider that an agreement, a consent between the two parties who have a dispute. Same to negotiations. So if you try mediation, it fails, go back to court. And sometimes the courts can send you back to these processes. The courts are just to clear the backlog. As earlier mentioned, as earlier asked, sometimes cases take too long in court. And our Kenyan judicial system has introduced court-annexed mediation, where the court itself recommends parties to go to mediation. This could happen maybe in employment, any dispute, but just to mention some that are very common: employment disputes, family disputes. Maybe you're going to court and you have a dispute between you and your wife. You don't want to separate, but you need the dispute resolved. You see, for such, a mediation can actually help you guys reconcile, right? So in such a case, then the court can send you to mediation, and we normally call that court annexed mediation. So in our program, we'll be enlightening you on all this and telling you of the procedures and what is required and expected of us. So stay tuned. You can file for what we call malicious prosecution, because it was malicious. For as long as you can prove there's something malicious about your imprisonment, you can seek compensation for that, because you have had your freedom of movement infringed unlawfully. Yeah, but then of course somebody can only claim that after successfully being exonerated of their crimes. You see, in our program we'll also be enlightening you. As I had said, arrested persons have rights, right? When you have been charged in court, you are normally referred, you are now no longer arrested but accused. You also have rights. Yes, I've been accused that I've done 1, 2, 3, but I have not been proven guilty. There is a presumption that I am very innocent until I'm proven guilty. And the process of proving guilty is a court process. Through that process, there are rights as an accused person. Yeah, an accused person has rights that they are entitled to. So of course, in this program, you're going to be enlightening you on what are these rights. And actually, as an accused person, yes, you are accused. You're being suspected of having committed a crime somewhere, but you still maintain your freedom of movement. Yeah, so there is a way that the law has merged, for lack of a better word, these rights, so that yes, the person who's complaining that they've been offended is being protected, but then as well that person who's being complained of is also being protected until the court makes a determination.
Clergy TV. Kenya is watching.
Remember to subscribe on our channel on YouTube, All Matters Legal. Click on the bell to get on the notifications on when we post our very enticing information. And also remember to comment, ask your questions, comment, say anything about it. What do you like for us to address? And what do you think you should say about what we tell you? So thank you so much. God bless you.
This is Clergy TV. Arise, shine.